Have a good day, everyone. I am Dina Anthony S. Monteza, BSB FM2C. This video lesson is about the history, equipment, and fundamental skills in playing volleyball. Volleyball was invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan, physical director of Young Men's Christian Association (YMCA) in Holyoke, Massachusetts. It was designed as an indoor sport for businessmen who found the new game of basketball too vigorous. Volleyball was originally called mintonet, a name derived from the game of badminton, which he later agreed to change to better reflect the nature of the sport. And if you don't know him, this is William G. Morgan. He was born on January 23, 1870 at Lockport, New York, United States. His full name is William George Morgan. His nationality is American. He studied at Springfield College, Northfield, Mount Hermon, and he died on December 27, 1942 at New York, United States. What is the history of volleyball in the Philippines? It was introduced to the Filipinos by an American named Elwood East Brown, the physical director of Young Men's Christian Association (YMCA). It became a popular game held in backyards and at beaches in the islands. What was the first contribution of Filipinos in volleyball? The first contribution was that the Filipinos inspired American players to create the 3-hit limit for each player in the modern-day volleyball. What was the contribution of the Philippines in the field of volleyball in 1916? The Philippines created a set and spike in 1916, and 6-a-side play was the standard 2 years later. By 1920, the rules mandating 3 hits per side and back row attacks were instituted. What are the equipments in volleyball game? The equipments are the volleyball court, net, ball, and a pair of poles. Let's get to know the volleyball court. The official volleyball court is a rectangle, measuring 18 meters long and 9 meters wide. The surface must be horizontal, flat, and uniform. All lines on the volleyball court are 5 centimeters wide and should be painted with light color. There are 2 sidelines and 2 end lines that limit the playing court. Let's proceed to the net. Volleyball net is the high net that separates the 2 teams. The volleyball must pass over it. In addition, volleyball net was made to avoid collision. The official size of a volleyball net is 32 feet long and 39 inches tall. The women's volleyball net is shorter than men's have. The third is volleyball. It is a ball used to play indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, or other less common variations of the sport. Volleyballs are round and traditionally consist of 18 nearly rectangular panels of synthetic or genuine leather arranged in 6 identical sections of 3 panels each, wrapped around the bladder. A regulation volleyball should be 65 to 67 centimeters in circumference and weigh 260 to 280 grams or 9 to 10 ounces. Last is the pair of poles. It is placed directly above the sidelines to indicate a vertical boundary. It is called antenna on a volleyball net. The antenna are red and white poles that you attach to the mesh netting. This is the size of volleyball poles. The top is set at 2.43 meter for men and 2.24 meter for women. What are the fundamental skills in playing volleyball? These are the service, passing, digging, hitting, setting, and blocking. Service is the skill used by a player to launch the ball over the net to start a rally. Passing is hitting the ball at the upper body level. This is usually done to direct the ball to another teammate. Setting. It is the second step of passing. It can be done to either dump the ball over into an undefended spot or to set the ball into a position that allows the hitter to spike it over. Hitting. It requires players to take a spike approach as described above, followed by an arm swing that is used to bring the player's hand above their head to make contact with the ball so that it clears the net and finishes in the opposing team's court. Digging is keeping an attacked ball by the opposing team off your court floor by extending your arms and hands under the ball to deflect it back in the air before it hits the floor. Blocking is a defensive play that is accomplished by 1, 2, and 3 front row players jumping and pressing the arms over the net in an effort to block the opposing hitter. Blocking is one of the most worked on skills out there.